What's up guys? Today we are going to talk about the things that we as men do that women hate. More specifically, the 10 biggest turn-offs. The first thing we do as men that turn women off is just being filthy. This point goes beyond your personal hygiene. If you pick her up to go on a date and your car is covered in mud on the outside and the inside is filled with rubbish, food scraps and old spilt soda, and has a weird smell to it, there is no way she will be getting into your car. And if your car isn't dirty, but you didn't bother to clean your house because you just didn't think that the date would progress that far and it looks like a dumpster inside, then you would be right. The date would not get that far because she would call an Uber as soon as you open the door and the stench from your house smacks her in the face. Your car and house do not need to be pristine. However, make sure it is clean and tidy. It doesn't have to look like a showroom where she will feel uncomfortable touching anything in case she gets anything dirty and offends you. The second thing we as men do that turn women off is talking about your ex all the time. Not only do you talk about them all the time, you also trash talk the heck out of them as well. Because dude mentality leads you to believe that the more you talk trash about your ex, then the more she will feel comfortable with you and believe that there is no way that you would have anything to do with your ex ever again. It takes two to be in a relationship, and you have to man up and take responsibility for whatever happened to it, rather than putting all the blame on your ex. Doing this will only make her think that you would do the same and talk about her in the same way if you two progress further and then things didn't work out. Will you be telling the next girl that it was all her fault? On the flip side of this is if you come across as being really close friends with your ex still. I mean, would you want to be with someone who is still super close with someone they were more than just friends with and had a long intimate relationship with, but now they've broken up and still hang out together? I don't think so, guys. The third thing we as men do that turn women off is our inability to hold a conversation. If the conversation with her always ends up in that awkward silence where you aren't sure what to say to her, so you just end up saying something completely random, she will get bored and lose interest in you, especially if you say something that comes across really odd or creepy to her. Maybe you seem to just hang on to a conversation enough by asking the right questions, but when she answers you, you are distracted easily by other things happening around the room. Maybe you are looking at other girls, checking your phone on the table, or just appear that you are in your own little world and not showing any interest in what she is saying. Remember that active listening is not only done using your ears, but confirmation that you are listening is expressed via your body language. Where your eyes are looking, are your arms open or crossed? Are you fiddling with anything while she is talking? Or worse, is that you interrupt her when she is in the middle of answering the last question you asked her, and you begin by asking another question completely unrelated to the previous one. She will think that you are rude and that she is just wasting her time with you, and she will quickly move on. The fourth thing we as men do that turn women off is being rude. If you are on a date with her and all is going well, and then the waitress comes and brings you your order, but it's not quite what you ordered, and you take it out on her and start giving her some attitude for something that could easily be fixed, then you will give your date the impression that you are just not a nice person, and there is no way that she is going anywhere with you after the date. Heck, she may even end the date there, and you can finish the meal by yourself. Be kind to others and treat them like how you would like to be treated, guys. You must show respect in order to gain respect, especially from your date. The fifth thing we as men do that turn women off is being too clingy. If her phone is going off constantly when you are not by her side because it is you who's messaging her, or she is invited to hang out with her friends and you ask if you can come too, or you are always in her face and in her bubble whenever you are around her, then you are indeed way too clingy. Most guys are this way because they find it hard to trust anyone and are too insecure and scared that she will leave him and run away. What you must understand, guys, is that by being too clingy, it is a surefire way to make her leave you. You are essentially pushing her away the more clingy you become. Give her some breathing room and freedom to do what she wants, and most important of all, give her your trust, because at the end of the day, you can't force someone to like you, and if they want to leave, they will. The sixth thing we as men do that turn women off is being too insecure. According to 99% of women, this is the single biggest turn off for them. They want to date a man, not a boy who has insecurity problems. There is nothing more annoying for a woman than when you overanalyze everything and check with them constantly asking, "Is everything all good between us? Are you sure? Do you still like me? I don't want to lose you. Am I better than your ex?" Your constant need for reassurance from her will make you come across as needy and naggy and will be a total turn off. If you lack confidence in yourself, it may be that you are doing 7 common things that guys do that is killing your confidence. Click on the link in the description below to see what those 7 things are so that you can make sure you are not doing any of them. The 7th thing we as men do that turn women off is not taking care of her needs in bed. If you only care about yourself and satisfying yourself when in bed with her, then she will see you as a selfish prick who she will no longer want to be with, and will quickly find someone else who will be able to satisfy her. The 8th thing we as men do that turn women off is having bad shoes. Yeah, and you thought only girls notice other girls' shoes? Well, you would be wrong. Just like Forrest Gump said, you can tell a lot by a man's shoes. And Forrest is right according to women. If your shoes are dated, it gives the impression that you are just too cheap to buy new shoes. If your shoes are dorky, it shows that you either have a lack of style or makes her think twice about whether your personality would suit hers. Lastly, your shoes could be dirty, and I mean filthy dirty. What kind of impression do you think that sends to a woman if you can't even keep your shoes clean? There is a good chance that she thinks your house is pretty dirty as well as your personal hygiene. The 9th thing that we as men do that turn women off is our personal hygiene. Or should I say, the lack of personal hygiene. Guys, take a look at your fingernails. Are they long? Do they have gunk stuck underneath them? Now, hold up your hand close to your mouth and exhale onto your hand. Give it a sniff. Is it pleasant or is it a tad funky? If you can smell your own body odour, make sure you shower on a regular basis. If you have bad breath, you may want to brush more thoroughly, floss daily and use mouthwash. Maybe a trip to the dentist if you need to, because you can bet that no woman will want to put her lips on yours if it smells garbage. The 10th thing we as men do that turn women off is not being able to control our drinking. It's all good having a drink or two, especially if you are out having dinner with her or your friends. However, it's when you have way too many drinks that it all begins to take a turn for the worse. You may start becoming loud, make rude remarks to not only your friends, but to random strangers nearby. Maybe you end up spilling your drink over the table, and doing other not so pleasant and socially acceptable behaviours. One of the reasons she is with you is because she wants to be with someone she can feel comfortable with, and most importantly, someone she can trust and protect her. The drunken state you are in will not make her feel at ease, and she will question why she's even there with you. Guys, that's the 10 biggest turn-offs for women, and if you have identified that you are doing any of the 10 things we have talked about today, you better sharpen up and clean up your act if you want to have the best chances of creating a future with your girl. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep leveling